welcome to Starseed Rising 333. I'm glad you've tuned back into this channel. And if it's your first time, welcome. This is going to be a general collective reading. Please use your own discernment when watching or listening to this reading. And whatever messages that come out, please take what resonates and leave the rest. And if you do enjoy this reading, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe or share, or just leave a comment. I hope everyone is okay. I hope you enjoying your week so far. Wherever you are in the world, okay, and I hope as well you enjoying your morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks once again to all my viewers, my subscribers, my supporters, anyone who have supported my channel in any way. Thank you ever so much. Whatever you did is not going to get unnoticed, okay? Or what you're about to do is much appreciated and it does help the channel. All right. And I'm going to be filming this reading, all right, on Wednesday, the 4th of June, 2025. Okay, I must remind you once again, Tarot or oracle readings, okay, is all to do with energy. It's non-gender and it's also timeless, okay, and it's, as I said, it's all to do with energy. These stories, okay, these energies may not necessarily belong to you. It could belong to other people you're associated with, or it could be energies within energies, all right, and we both embody a masculine and feminine energy, all right. All right. So, once again, to start off the reading and to help keep the vibration and frequency high around this reading, I'm going to be using this deck. It's called Raise Your Vibration by Carl Gray. And I'm going to be selecting one card from this deck. And let's see what card. And once again, okay, please don't forget to check out the description box because I put the names of recommended readers, okay, who are part of my soul tribe, as well as the names of some books, okay. If you're interested in crystals, numerology, astrology, moon astrology, and so forth. So please don't forget to check out the description box. All right. Um, After listening or watching this reading, all right. Okay. They wanted me, my spiritual team, okay, the ancestors, my spirit guides, the angels, they wanted me to select this card. It says, I lovingly love, accept myself. Okay, I lovingly love, accept myself. Okay. Now, if it's your first time tuning in, all right, watching tarot oracle readings, okay, for first time you've tuned in to my channel, all right, thank you ever so much, all right, for taking the time out to listen or watch my reading. And again, I'm going to say that this journey is or should be based on love, okay, because love conquers all, okay, but it starts with self, all right, because you cannot love someone unconditionally, someone else. You cannot love someone else unconditionally, right? Until you are able to love yourself unconditionally, all right? Loving every part of your body, all right? Every part of your soul, your spirit, all right? Because we are taught from since we were small, okay, it's a generational thing, all right, and also by society, all right. It's all to do with the different belief systems, philosophies, theologies, okay, that we have to somehow expect this, okay, or by someone else, all right, giving us that sort of love, that validation, okay, then that's going to complete us, to make us whole. But that's incorrect, all right. And that's why sometimes we always fall into the habit or into relationships, okay, which evolve around unrequited love, all right. And if you are somebody that really, really, truly love yourself, you are not going to accept people, okay, people or anything that is going to somehow be detrimental to you, okay. It all starts with self. And again, it's very important that we learn to love ourselves, to accept who we are, and not to let other people shape us, okay, impose what they, to tell us what we or how we should be, okay, to please them. Because as soon as you start going down that road, all right, then you know you then start to become fragmented, all right. And unfortunately, this is something that from what I have discovered, this itself has started from since when we came into this world, okay, because we were told how to behave, now there's nothing wrong, okay, in learning what is good and what is bad, all right, although I do believe that some of these things are embodied within us, all right, but at the same time, there is that pressure. And as I said, it could be, there's a lot of factors there that's involved in this, okay, to do again with tradition, with culture, all right, religious beliefs as well, that all of a sudden that we need to sort of adhere, okay, or adopt, embody, all right. And as a result, we as individuals, we become fragmented, and in all areas of our life, okay, and that also includes uh when it comes to love, all right. But from what I have discovered on my spiritual path, is that it really, 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 truly starts within. It starts with you as an individual, because the journey should be about you as well, just self, you, all right. And if you operate in the essence of love, if you love yourself, accept yourself, operate in the essence of love, then everything will be okay. Yes, we will always have challenges and obstacles, but at the end of the day, that's how it is. So, this is life. All right. Life is on a straight journey, and we have to learn um through our mistakes. All right. So but again, I'm just going to just read more, okay, on this card. All right. Let's see what comes out. Yeah. All right. So it's on six. So the number 66, and 66 does talk about the past, okay. So it might not be you could be, healing from a situation, so it could be the other person or people that you've dealt with in your past, or maybe currently, all right. Just take the energy as it resonates, okay. It goes on to say, I lovingly accept myself. Loving yourself can be one of the greatest challenges to overcome, but not for your soul, for your ego. The reason self acceptance can be so hard is because your ego will try to make you love conditionally. You will love yourself when your body is perfect, or when you finish the project you are working on, and so on. But love is unconditional. It goes beyond boundaries, achievements, and vanity. Loving yourself is about being willing to see the great spark of light and goodness in the depth of your being. It's about being willing to respect that the body you are in is the miraculous vehicle in which you are able to experience the brightness of your soul. Lovingly accepting yourself means truly honoring who you are. It's about moving beyond the self perceived flaws and finding the beauty anyway. It's deciding you are no longer going to be represented by a negative opinion, fear, or anything else that comes between you and your goodness in the past. Love is who you are. Today, the universe is inviting you to recognize this truth. Wow, these are very powerful words, right? So, again, it's all about forgiving yourself. Okay, if in case you were in a situation or relationship, whether it's a being with a ex-partner, a family member, okay, and maybe they've told you things, and it somehow have sort of dimmed your light or bruised your confidence. This is some very comforting words, all right? So just let it pass, okay? Because because as I, there's something that some people usually say that your past doesn't always define you. Even if you were not operating in a vibe, like a high vibrational energy or frequency at that time, but your past doesn't define who you are. Okay, because the journey should be about love. It should be about forgiveness, balance. Okay, self acceptance. All right, and the vibe of the days. I am love, head to toe, body to soul. Okay, the vibe of the day. I am love, head to toe, body to soul. Okay, and I know that this is, we are in Gemini season. Mercury rules Gemini, and this is scapegoat season. So, it a lot of there's a lot of projections that might be coming towards, especially towards the collective right now. All right. Um, and a lot of things that maybe you might have done from the past could be projected back at you, but don't let that stop you or hinder you from moving forward, okay? Because that itself doesn't, you see, a lot of these people who project these things are because they themselves, they refuse, okay? You've done the shadow work, you moving forward, you doing your healing, because life is an ongoing process, is a healing process. And these people who project them things is just they're just avoiding to actually look at them. Some of them can't even look at themselves in the mirror to introspect, okay, on their flaws, because no one's perfect. Nobody is perfect. If somebody says that, that's a lie. Nobody's perfect, and most of these people who are projecting these things is because, you know what, some of them could even be very jealous because they don't have the guts, all right, to actually to do shadow work, to do some form of introspection, to find out why they behave, why they do the things they do. All right. So okay. So what I'm going to do now is I want to just go quickly through the downloads, okay, I received for today. I'll try and be quick so then I can go into the reading and check on the energies around the collective. All right. And whatever messages I can, please take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay. All right, so the crystals, I'll start with the crystals first. Okay, my spiritual team would like us to work with. If you are interested in working with crystals, okay, and if you want to know more about crystals, I have put the names of some books. Okay, it's by the same author, but these books are quite helpful, and it goes into detail and it gives you the history, how certain crystals are formed, and so forth, and how they can help you, how the energy can help you. All right. Okay, so the crystals are ruby. Okay, ruby is very good for the heart. All right, a heart chakra. Damburite, serpentine. Okay, now serpentine and damburite is very good for past life healing. Okay, muscovite is good for shadow work. All right, Also, I was guided to mention appetite is good for the throat chakra. Um, Azurite for clarity. Jade for well, well, jade is good for healing. All right, to bring in more love, compassion. Numbnite is good to overcome fear, anxieties, because also there is an energy of fear that's going on right now. All right, an energy of fear. So numbnite is a very good crystal if you are in this energy. Amber, aquamarine, dendritic, chalcedony, tektite. Okay. Um, Now, there could be some, I don't know, maybe you, or it could be people that you know, associated with. Okay, there could be some things going on with family members. All right, so if it involves you, okay, then what my spirit guides is saying that you can heal with um Dravid. Oh, okay. Green aventurine, rose quartz, as well as jade. Okay, these are very good crystals for family situations. Okay, okay. So some of the other messages that was channeled to me. Okay, so there could be some form of business partnership. You could be in this a business with somebody else. Okay, and there was a lot of arguments, okay, regarding money, okay, and this business partnership has ended. Okay, there could be a group of family members who stole money. It could be something to or connected to a will or inheritance, and now they're experiencing loss and are also under or being investigated by the police. Okay, someone could be at a crossroads. Okay, someone could be using spell work. It could be a past person. Most likely, it could be a past partner. Okay, but again, it could be a family member. It could be an ex friend, business partner, and this person is using dark magic or spell work and strategizing how they can manifest you back, or it could be to do with an ex lover or spouse back, and the hidden motive is hate. All right. Also, someone who was married found out, okay, that they married a false person. This person had many hidden secrets and was quite deceptive. Okay, and that created a lot of trust issues. And now this relationship has come to an end. All right. Also, what was channeled to me that there could be an ex partner who wants a second chance. Okay, but it could be your ex-partner, whatever, but what has been challenged to me that that's not going to happen. um Also, there could be in that this is to do it for marriage. Okay, there could be someone. So the first one, okay, with something to do with the one where the ex-partner, okay, is wanting a second chance. It could be a case that the marriage ended because of a third party situation. And this one, okay, which I'm going to talk about now, is also to do with a marriage. But I think what's happened, okay, this marriage, okay, is coming to an end, and the person that is left behind, this person is quite jealous and envious, okay, because the ex partner is going to be going into a new relationship, all right. And this morning, during my meditation, what was channeled to me, okay, you could sometimes it depends because we are on different timelines. Okay, so you might end up, or I should say, receive a message. Okay, it could be written, it could be a text message, it could be a phone call about the death of someone you know. Okay, um okay, now just take, as I said, these messages. All right, it might not be to do with you, it could be somebody that you're associated with, or it could be energies within other energies, but that's what was channeled to me. And the person, okay, that's passed away, this person could have done something deceptive towards you. Okay, And what the goddess divine feminine I saw, okay, in my mind's eye was Kuan Yin. All right, so she wanted me to relay a message, okay, um to you. But what I'm gonna do, I'll do it after the main reading, okay, after checking the energies around the divine sorry because this message is coming from the divine feminine, okay. I also saw uh Kalima as well, but Kalima, you can work with the energy of Kalima, okay? Um, Kalima is to do with to overcome fears, to help you bring an end to a relationship that doesn't serve your higher purpose, where there's a lot of conflict, fighting, and so forth. Kuan Yin, you can use her energy to bring in love, compassion to a situation, and also forgiveness. All right. You can also work with Archangel. Okay, if you are interested in working with spiritual beings and the archangels, you can work with Archangel Raguel as well as Raphael. They can bring healing to a situation, to bring something to a more to bring a conflict, okay, to a peaceful resolution. All right. And also what has been so what Kuan Yin, I guess the message was saying that, even though this person, okay, might have caused you pain or created some loss in your life, to still find it in your heart to forgive this person. And this because forgiveness is the first step to healing. Okay, it doesn't mean that you're going to actually forget. Forgiving doesn't necessarily mean that you forget what this person has done, but at the end of the day, you have to think about yourself, your mind, and to help you to move forward past a situation, okay, that had created some form of loss or heartbreak for you. All right. And also, what has been channeled to me that someone most likely you're probably going to hand news that, or who stole from you, okay, that this person is unfortunately behind bars. All right. I say unfortunately because at the end of the day, that is all to do with um bad choices, okay. Even though, like, we have a there's a we all have a choice, and whatever choices we make can really really uh affect our fate, basically. And that's why, like, I know you might find it strange I'm saying that, but unfortunately, that's why I like to use the word of, because I don't wish anyone I know, anyone I don't know, to end up in behind bars, in jail or prison. But unfortunately, it is what it is. All right. And unfortunately, um but what I have also been channeled to me, okay, because for some reason I was drawn by um these crystals, muscovite, dambarite, and serpentine. So maybe whoever it is, this person who is behind, because I mean, a lot of people sort of awake, okay, they get a spiritual awakening through being secluded, being solitude, which could include prison. And maybe this person is now having a chance to reflect on the actions they did that landed them behind bars. Please check out my reading, the reading I did on on Monday, because I think there could be something there. Okay, some of these messages where I used the shadow deck, where one of the first sorry, cards that came out from this dark mirror deck, it says, "Is this me?" Like somebody, is really. It looks like somebody is actually could be a case where somebody, all right, is actually reflecting on who they became, okay, as a result of greed, by operating as well in the shadow side as well. All right. And if you come across these numbers 66777, 88, 23, 13, 5, okay, some of it like 13, 23, 5 could talk a lot about endings and changes, okay, that's going on. And if you're not sure and you don't understand the sequence of numbers, I have put some names of some books that have helped me along my journey about numerology, angel numbers, and so on. I'm sure they can help you as well in understanding the sequence of numbers. All right. Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of crows lately. Okay, I mean Pluto is in Aquarius. From what I heard as well, that Saturn is in Aries. If that's the case, Saturn. If Saturn, I mean, is a planet. Okay, when it comes to um us being responsible for our actions, taking accountability for our actions, okay, in that sense. So it's very important that we stay in alignment and respect the universe and spiritual laws. All right. And Aries is to do with self, to do with personality. Okay. So if we are operating, from our ego, we have a lot of pride, then, Saturn is going to make us sit down and do some form of shadow work, okay, to try and heal that shadow aspect of ourselves. All right. And Pluto is very much represent it rules Scorpio and is all again, Saturn rules Capricorn, right? And Pluto, okay, rules Scorpio. Pluto is to do with death, rebirth, and transformation. All right. So and it's going retrograde. Okay, so whatever we've done in the past, so if you're not in alignment, when these planets go retrograde, it dishes out, and then obviously, so it depends on our actions, and it's all to do with energy, and it can come in the form of karma. All right, and karma can be good. There's good karma, which is known as dharma or described as dharma, and there's bad karma, okay, which is described as karma. All right. So, to check on the energies around the collective, I've been guided to use the Urban Crow. All right. And I'm going to be using the Rider Waite to clarify the cards that come out from the Crow deck. And I'm going to be using some other decks. Okay, so let's see what comes out. I'm going to be selecting 3 main cards, but there are also some other ones as well, which I'll put on the table. Okay, so I'll put the 3 main cards on a stand and the other ones on the table, okay, because they might be all they're most likely they're going to be connected with each other. All right, so let's see what comes out. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what is the current energies around the collective? What do they need to know at this time? Okay, so the first card that came out, it says anomaly. Anomaly. So let's see what else. What energies are. Okay, we've got sacred space. What are the current energies around? Okay, we've got commitment. Okay, commitment. Okay, right. So we've got on the top of the deck, we've got bond. Alright. And at the bottom, we've got balance here. Okay. I'll also take these other ones as well. We've got play. All right. And displacement. Okay. As well. Okay, now whatever messages that come out, okay, probably it could be your story or somebody you're associated with, or it could be energies within other energies. All right, so just take the energy as it resonates. Okay, now and this message or this energy could belong to one particular person or a group of people. All right. Um. So what I'm seeing here, okay, it looks like, all right, it could be to do with like a past person, all right, who you've had some form of connection with, okay. It doesn't have to be sort of like a marriage or romantic situation or even a business partnership. It could be just, it could also be to do with a family member or family members. Um And from what I'm seeing here, it looks to me, okay, that someone, okay, from the past, okay, it could be something that's happening right now, and this person may want to come back. They may want to reconcile. They may want to make amends to create to bring some balance to a situation. Now, I mean, at the end of the day, as I've said in my previous readings, okay, it could be a case where you could be dealing with like a past, like a divine partner. Okay, if you want this twin flame soulmate journey, all right, and this person has had time to face their shadows, do some introspection, do some form of shadow work, and that now and you've probably done your healing, and then obviously you come together, all right, because you do have commitment and you've got bond, okay, you've got balance as well. But it could be a case, all right, where somebody from the past, okay, if it's a false flame, twin flame, if it's a karmic soulmate, may want to come back and portray to be someone they are not. Okay, this is what this card represents. Okay, they may want to say, all right, I've changed, um, and we let's build um something together, because you got sacred space. Okay, if you notice, there's two birds there, and then you got another two birds there. All right, and you got two birds on this card. But I think there's going to be a bit of problem there, because if you notice, look at this. If you notice on this card play, where you see there's three birds here. Okay, it could be a situation. This person could be going to probably bring you into a third party situation. This person that wants to come back, they could be connected to somebody else, okay, or in another relationship, all right, and want to pretend that they've changed, okay. And I think if you were to allow that to happen, it's going to cause a lot of problems here, a lot of problems. And if you notice, you see the chaos that's going on in this picture here, okay, and it's going to just leave you unbalanced here, all right. So somehow it's going to affect your stability, especially if you already moved away um, from this situation. You've healed, you've learned your lessons, okay. Um, yeah. And as soon as I moved the card thing, I just saw battle, okay. And again, as I was right, it could be to do with somebody from the past, because you got ghost there, all right. So they may want to try and, say, let's come together. If this person hasn't healed, let's grow, in other words, to work together. But two and three is five. That five can lead is in numerology. It does represent change. It can represent instability, and it can represent growth as well. And that can really restrict you, because then you got freedom here, okay? Which will restrict you. And it could be a trap, all right, that this person wants to sort of like put you in, or they want to entrap you. So I think, in this situation, I think what spirit is saying, okay, that to make sure you use, if you're quite intuitive, to listen to your gut feeling, pay attention to the signs, signals, and synchronicities, and red flags, all right. And also use your intuition and discernment at time. If you're not sure, please pray, okay. Because what spirit is saying, this person, okay, could be a risk, okay, and they could be wanting to come back with a plan to cause some problems here, all right. That's why you got raft here, all right. So again, I'm just going to use the Rider Waite, okay. I need some other decks, all right. So let's see what comes up. So this person could want to come back, in an energy of revenge, okay. They could be in this Knight of Swords energy, okay, right, to disrupt your peace. Maybe it could be somebody who's quite prosperous, okay. You could probably embody the Empress energy, okay. And the first card that when I took the deck out of the Rider Waite, this is what came up. So be careful. A Seven of Swords energy, okay. And it could be to do with somebody that you probably had a home. It could be to a family member. It could be an ex-partner, somebody you were with, somebody you're married with, or you could have had a business with this person, all right. And it's definitely something. It could be the motive, could be money here, but anyway, let's see. So let me just quickly clarify these. Let's see with another shuffle. So the spirit will please clarify anomaly. Okay. So the first card I wanted to come out from the deck, okay, is King of Swords, okay. Okay, then we've got King of Cup, Okay, so the first card that came out was King of Swords, right? And then we have King of Cups, right? Start from there first. Okay, we've got Ten of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Just trying to make room up for these cards. Mhm. Ten of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Swords, Eight of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, okay, Seven of Cups, King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Five of Cups, okay. Seven of Wands and Four of Cups, all right. Okay. All right. So what I'm seeing here, all right. Okay. So you could have been dealing with somebody who was in the King of Swords energy. Okay. Um. All right. As well as there could be a lot of people here from what I'm seeing here, from what I'm getting here. I think you were dealing with multiple of people here in this because you have King of Swords, King of Cups, King of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. Okay, this is what I'm seeing here. So it could be a case where you could be dealing with let me see one. You could have been dealing with up to five, about probably about five, maybe five people or more. But from what I'm seeing here, okay, um, and we all embody both masculine and feminine energies, okay. But I think from what I'm seeing here, okay, I believe that it's to do with a group of people, okay. They took some action, all right. Um, and what it is, they created a lot of illusions, all right, because you got Seven of Cups here, all right. They created a lot of illusions when it came to money because you've got Six of Pentacles here, all right, all right. um as well as the Wheel of Fortune, because the Wheel of Fortune can talk about good luck, okay, um which could also evolve when it comes to things like a success, okay. um and what I'm seeing here, all right, because you also have the Knight of Pentacles, and again, Knight energies is a slow type of energy, all right. So maybe you might not be aware of this, I don't know, because you got Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands talks about communication. Maybe you've already received communication about what a group of people did, okay. They could have done it because they wasn't happy or content with what they had in their life. Okay, and because of their actions, okay, it could have created some loss. Okay, it could have led you in the Ten of Swords, Five of Pentacles, Five of Cups energy. Okay, and because again you got Three of Pentacles here, so it does talk about a collaboration there. Okay, so you could, so this could be a business venture, or it could be something to do with a will or inheritance, something like that, something to do with money, because again, underneath this card you got Two of Pentacles. Okay, and then you got the Justice card. Okay, and then you got Two of Cups. All right, and you've also got the Sun, and Spirit says that's the truth. Okay, these people, okay, you might have involved the legal, or they could be facing the justice system. Okay, for what, and you've, for somehow you've moved away from this situation. Okay, because you got the full hair, or maybe, and close out a cycle, because obviously you got the Wheel of Fortune here, and as a result these people are heavily burdened. Okay, they're now in the Ten of Swords, Five of Pentacles, um Five of Cups energy. Okay, experiencing some of them misfortune now. um you could, maybe you've also created healthy boundaries, because you've got Seven of wands here. You're protecting yourself since you moved away. You're protecting yourself from these people. Okay, and maybe some of them, if they are facing the legal system, or they are experiencing bad karma. Okay, because you got Nine of Swords here, talks about sleepless nights and whatever, because of whatever action um they took. Maybe they're now realizing that it was a foolish decision or foolish action they took. Okay, but what I'm saying is that from the messages that's coming out from the card, that um now they are at a loss. Okay, but from what I'm seeing here as well, that is to do with money. Okay, spell work could have been involved in this, but I don't know. The Magician card didn't come up, so I don't know. All right. Or they could have just created a lot, because lies itself can be described as illusions, right? Okay, so let me just see what comes up. Here's this one. Okay, so you might be the sort of like the phoenix rising from the ashes. You might have healed or are healing from this situation. Okay, and maybe this person wants, or people want to rekindle, okay, the relationship that you had. Okay, yeah, you could be healing from heartbreak about what they did. You could have been dealing with or being, it is a sort of like a sort of a toxic relationship. Okay, it could even be some form of it could have been some form, definitely was some form of partnership. Okay, that partnership could have come to an end. Okay, if you had a chance, and maybe there could be an individuals who are now reflecting on the actions they took that led them to to the point where they're now experiencing some form of loss in their life. Okay, and it says a backstabbing. Okay, so definitely there was a lot of deception and lies regarding the situation. Mm, let's see what we can get from this deck. Yeah. I think, whenever I see this card, it looks like as though there's like more than one person working together. Libertation. Okay, this card. Holy Spirit, Holy Spirit, please clarify. Okay, yeah. The Justice card came up. So definitely some justice is being brought to that situation. As I said, you could be dealing with more than one person. Okay, maybe someone now wants to come back to compromise. They may say that they were sort of coerced into doing what they did to come up against you. All right, you could be healing from this situation. Okay, from what these people did, and acknowledge that at the end of the day, yeah, and brought a closure to this situation. All right, to people who somehow were who collaborated, okay, against you. And Spirit is saying definitely that this was a karmic lesson for both you and this individuals. And there could be some people, okay, that did this. They could now be homeless or could be losing their home, okay, or experiencing some form of bad luck. Okay, but what I'm seeing here, okay, that it could be again something to do with money here because you got blessing here, all right. And from what Spirit is also saying is that there was some spell work that was done, okay, and now that as a result there could be a lot of fighting among those people that um you know did this, okay. And these people were definitely wearing masks, okay. They weren't who they say they were. And that's it. Just take the energy as it resonates. It could be to do with past friends, family members, okay. Right, so I'm going to be clarifying sacred space and see what comes out, okay. Please clarify sacred space. Mhm. Okay, so we've got Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords, okay, which represents the truth, okay. The Sun, okay, that wanted to come out again. All right, so we got Two of Cups, Justice, okay. So this is a continuation of what came out earlier. You've got Two of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles here, Two of Wands. Yeah, so so you got Justice, Two of Pentacles, yeah, Three of Pentacles, Two of Wands, right? The Hermit, Four of Pentacles, hmm, Four of Wands, Page of Cups, the Empress, okay, right, and I'll go this one, Page of Swords here, okay, yeah, right. So again, at the top of the deck, you've got Judgment, all right. Um, what wanted to come out is Ten of Pentacles, and then you got Seven of Swords, all right. And here you got Five of Swords, uh, Ten of Cups. So yeah, and then at the bottom you got Knight of Swords, you got Ace of Pentacles. So from what I'm seeing here, straight away, is a continuation of um, the previous message. Is to do a lot. Is to do with money. From what I'm seeing here, it's to do with some. With the Ten of Cups, I really believe that it's got something to do with family here, because you've also got Four of Wands. Okay, maybe okay. It could have included. They could have been maybe past people that you were with. Okay, it could also include maybe like ex partners, ex lovers. All right. Um, but what I'm seeing is okay, because you definitely okay, if this is your story, you probably embody the Empress energy, okay. And here we see again that there was a group of people there. You got quite a few people here showing on this table here, like before. Okay, got Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands, here Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles here, and I'm just looking at the amount of people that I had. So there's going to be a lot of people, okay, that sort of maybe took something, because again, you got were quite deceptive, okay. Again, you got Seven of Swords here, and again, it's to do with money here. And these people are actually under judgment right now. Okay, karmic justice is being done. Okay, because of what they did. Okay, they did take an impulsive action. They wanted to win at all costs, because you got Five of Swords here. All right, and from what I'm seeing here, this looks like a case where it's to do with past lover, family members here. All right. And maybe if you're not aware, because you've got Ace of Swords here, so truth is coming out regarding the situation. Okay, the legal system could be involved as well, because you've got the Justice card. You've got Queen of Swords here as well. They could have definitely they done this out of greed, because for some reason this wanted, like, spirit wanted me to like to highlight this one here. Okay, and you could be receiving a message. It could be the mess that what you're listening to now. Okay, and you also got, as I said, you got the Ace of Swords here on the table. You got Page of Swords. So again, this could be something that is being, well, this message is coming from the divine, the higher power. Okay, from your spiritual team. All right, and karmic, because before karmic justice takes place in the physical form, it has to take place in the spiritual form. So this has to go through all through the spiritual courts, and also whatever people did in the past is all recorded in the Akashic records, the Book of Life. All right, and now, and there's also a family spiritual court. Okay, there is also a family court, or I should say, in the spiritual realm as well. And the ancestors, the divine, the angel, they're all looking at this. All right, and at the when you probably, if you were associated with this person, people, that's what they offered you. They offered you a Page of Cup, which is a very dodgy, childish, um, immature type of energy here. Very, not a very genuine. Look at his eyes in the. And these people did it because they wanted to win at all costs. You got Five of Swords here. You know, they could be if you have a social media platform, they could be probably watching and listening to other readings about this, or maybe you might be a high priestess, or it could be somebody quite intuitive, or maybe going to maybe you could have received some message from another reader. Okay, um but there you go. This is what they really thought that they would have been able to win at all costs, have some one up over you, but that's not the case. And there's a lot of nice energy. You could be dealing with somebody who was a past person in your life, an ex lover or partner who was in this energy, Knight of Wands energy, Knight of Cups energy. It could be family members, people you associated with, you know. And you could also embody the Queen of Swords energy as well. Okay, somebody who because definitely these people are in under investigation, or something has come to light because you got the Hermit card here. All right, and it's definitely to do with money. Now, for some individuals, it depends on your on the timeline you're in, okay, because everything is done in divine timing. This could be something that could have happened a long time ago, okay. It could be 8, 10 years ago, seven. That's what my spirit guys, the ancestors, they wanted me to say that. But we are now in the age of Aquarius. We are in judgment season now. So what a lot of things that people could have got away with, and it took like 20, 30 years, 50, now is not the time, basically, because the wheat is being separated from the chaff. Everything that was done in the dark is going to come to light. It doesn't matter how many years it took. We are in the last days now. It's all to do with truth, okay. We are also in a spiritual war. It's truth against falsehood now. All right, so I think some of these individuals, they may be scratching their head if they got for a long time they were able to conceal this by using spell work. But it's all coming in out because this is, and also everything is to do with divine timing. And I don't know, and I definitely this I remember when I was after meditation, I saw something directed me to the astrology deck, and hmm, at the end of the day, fate, is at play here. And this is why you have um the Wheel of Fortune card came out here. Okay. So let's see here. And the card bond, okay, bond, all right. Um as well as commitment. We can talk about, like as I said, very much to do with like family, somebody was married to as well, okay, or has some form of a partnership or relationship with, all right, some form of commitment or contracts, or definitely with soul contracts here. So again, you got the Empress here, all right. So this is definitely a continuation of the previous messages that came out. Holy Spirit, please clarify commitment. Okay. Okay, so you've got the Death card, Wheel of Fortune came out again, Six of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, ooh, Four of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, the Emperor, Two of Swords, mm, mm, the Devil, Ten of Wands, Temperance, Five of Cups. Okay. Hmm. Knight of Pentacles. Hmm. Okay, we've got, I'll just take these two as well. Okay, Ten of Swords and Nine of Wands. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, all right, as well, okay, you could be probably healing from this situation if this was your story, okay, because you got you probably ended this relation, you've probably brought an end, okay, to these person or people who are quite toxic because you got the devil card, okay? And definitely when you see the devil here, it doesn't always necessarily mean to do with people operating from their shadow side, or in devilish energies or embodied devilish energies, okay? It could also represent a karmic relationship. So you've definitely most like you've ended this relationship, okay? And as I said, you could embody the Empress energy, okay? People who backstabbed you, okay, that left you in the Ten of Swords. Maybe you were at some point you couldn't understand why people would do this. Okay, so you could have been in a nine of wands energy, but maybe they are now in the nine of wands energy, 10 of wands energy. Okay, these are the energies that you could have embodied, okay, when you walked away, okay, um from this situation. All right. And because obviously these people were just greedy. They were greedy. Okay, they were maybe meant to give you something. It could be, as I said, something to do with a will or inheritance. But obviously they didn't want to do that because obviously you got uh Knight of Pentacles here. All right. And from what I'm seeing here, okay, because you got the temperance card, and when I see the temperance card, it could be that now that maybe they're having a chance to reflect and experiencing some form of loss, okay, now some of them might be reflecting and wanting to um come back, okay. Now it could be that maybe what you could be to do. All right, what I'm seeing here, because you got Empress and Emperor on the table, so you could be dealing with like um a couple as well who did this, or it could be that you are the Empress and you were married or in a relationship with another individual, because what caught my attention was King of Cups here. Okay, and it looks like this King of Cups, who you probably had some form of connection with, they probably now want to sort of like reconcile. Okay, they probably want to have a new passionate beginning with you, but um, I don't know, because hmm, hmm, ooh, I don't know, because I mean, this person who worked with these other people, they could be all in their head. Okay, maybe they may want to come and apologize and say when they want to start afresh. Okay, there could be two people here. Okay, but they could own body, but it's also different energies here, right? Um, maybe they somehow feel a little bit stuck. Uh, and they could be also receiving karma because you have commitment. Yeah, it could be like also it could be a family member, or it could be someone you want to be. But this, to me, this looks more like a sort of like a like family and someone you were in a relationship with. This person, okay, could be having sleepless nights. Okay, they could be in a nine of swords energy. Maybe they're scared that they could be going to prison jail. Oh yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Because when I was meditating, I did see in my mind's eye the imprisonment card. So, and I saw thief from the keeper deck. All right, I also saw um seven of swords from another deck. I also saw someone receiving some news, a letter from the Gypsy Oracle, gloomy thoughts from the Gypsy as well, one of the Gypsy Oracles as well, and sad news. Like someone's in sorrow. Um, hmm, yeah. And there could have been some form of, there could have been spell work done as well. What, these people, okay, when they did this, they took the leap of faith, and that leap of faith they did was to do some form of spell work to bring about all these illusions, to cover up their tracks, to um, you know, of what they did. Okay, but that has been illuminated. They are under investigation, and some of them could be facing the justice system. Okay, but at the end of the day, they were embodying devilish energies, and this was a karmic relationship. Again, they did that because obviously they weren't happy with what they had already in their life. Okay, and by you moving away, and as I said, it created a tower. Okay. And I said they may want to come back and have a new, they may want to contact you to have a new passion beginning with you, but you're keeping your guards up. Okay. um Against this person or people. Okay, because at the end of the day, they were created illusions, all right, to keep this money from you, because they just wanted to be greedy. These people just wanted to be greedy. Okay, and they pretended that they loved you, but they didn't. Okay, because they were all wearing a mask. Okay, and now they could be having to face uh well, you know, face the justice system for what they did. Okay. I think from what I'm seeing here, I think, this, with the messages that's coming out, the tables have turned. Okay. Whatever they did try to do, whatever they did to you, or what they, it's now. So if they left you in the ten of, like, nine of swords, five of pentacles, um ten of swords, nine of swords, sleepless nights, loss, um and you've experienced, basically experienced some form of misfortune. That's what's happening to them right now. Okay, always going to happen. It just depends on because we are on different timelines, but that's what I'm seeing is that the tables are turning, or the tables have turned. Okay, if this is currently happening now. Okay. Let's see if I can get anything else. Okay, let's see who may be involved in this. Okay, let's use this deck. Okay, what zodiac or house signs? Okay, zodiac signs or houses. How is the collective dealing with houses? Houses or zodiac signs. This one to pop out. Okay, so you could be a Libra. Okay, or you could be dealing with a Libra, or you or this person could have Libra placements in your chart. Okay, you could be a Cancer, this person could be a Cancer, or have you or this person could have Cancer placements in their chart. All right. This one is the 11th house, so this one is um Aquarius, okay, or you could be Aquarius or dealing with or you have Aquarius, or you could have Aquarius placements in your chart. Okay, also you have again, okay, so we got again, once again we have the seventh house here, which is Libra, and again you got Leo here, so you could be a Leo, this person could be Leo, or they could have Leo placements in their chart. And you got Uranus, but Uranus rules Aquarius here. Okay, we've got Virgo, so you could be a Virgo, this person could be a Virgo, or you or this person could have Virgo placements in your birth natal chart, as well as the 12th house. Okay, so the 12th house is Pisces, so you could be a Pisces, this person could be a Pisces, or you or this person could have Pisces in your birth natal chart. Okay, let's see if we could get a description of those involved. Okay, so they could be your features, all right? Doesn't so okay, just flip it, okay, where, all right, just where it has to go, all right? Can you give us descriptions, the collective? Okay. Descriptions of this person or people. Description of this person or people. So quite a few here. So let's see. Okay, so somebody could have coarse curly hair, freckles. Okay, coarse curly hair, freckles, a beard. Someone could have a scar, light skin, could have markings on their skin. Someone older than you, someone who's average build, someone who's elderly, someone who has red hair, someone who is younger than you, someone who has unhealthy habits, someone who has a mole, okay, and someone who could be white American, okay, doesn't have to be. It could be white British or wherever you are in the world, or whatever part, or wherever you are, I should say. All right. Okay. Let's me use another one and see. I was going to clarify. Yeah, this person could be planning, or these people could be planning to call you. Okay, they could have been caught or whatever the actions they did. They may want to try and contemplate. Okay, some of them might be in prison or going to prison. All right. There could be a lot of fighting among them. Okay, and some of them could be very childish in this in this situation here. Okay. Let's see if I can get another. Holy Spirit, please clarify commitment. Yeah. Yeah, this baby, for some individuals, they could be feeling this way, feeling like shit. Some of them now probably realize, reflection on what they did, and they now miss you. Okay, miss that relationship. But definitely, this relationship has come to an end. Okay, if that's your story. These people could be in debt. Okay, there could be some light has been shed that these people had secret accounts. Okay, some of them could be heavily drinking, turning to alcohol, could be now experiencing legal matters, okay, and again, um, you could be dealing with people who created a lot of illusions, someone who was a trickster, phony people, okay. Okay, if this, right, let's see what if these people or person was to come back, or I mean, let's see what comes on. I'm going to be using the True Intentions deck, all right, and see um commitment. What is this? This one to come out and stick a few. Okay, so let's see what's coming out. Okay, it says growth. I will ignite a spark inside you, inspiring greater depth and expansion. So maybe that's what they want. I mean, I did see growth on her, so this is probably what they want to say. They probably will now want to come back and mend, but please use your intuition and discernment at all time. It says empathy. I will provide emotional support and always try to understand you. Okay, so these are some of the things they could also say. Okay, I will always brag. It says I will always enthusiastically share the amazing things happening in my life. So maybe to gain your trust. And then we've got these ones here. Okay, obligation, you're a nuisance. I feel obligated to associate with you. All right. We've got past. The weight of what's happened between us still lingers. I'm not yet over our past. So someone probably feel there's still some unfinished business. We've got deceit. I have ill intentions and maybe planning on deceiving you. Okay, so please pay attention and use your intuition and discernment at all times. And meddler, I may step in and try to influence or control your life. I'm certain I know best. So again, this is what I did say earlier on, that by allowing this person, it could create a lot of chaos, conflict between, in your life. Okay. And again, I just noticed now that, on this card, it's got 13. 13 does talk about death. So it's a relationship that has ended and they want to rekindle. Okay. All right. So, let's see what the ancestors have to say. Okay. It could be to do with this message or just general collective advice, okay? So let me just get, I'm just going to select one from this. Dear beloved ancestors, what message do you have for the collective? Okay, so the card I wanted to flag, it says creature of fire, choose freedom. Okay. So if you've already broken free from this individual, okay, from these people, okay, the ancestors are saying choose freedom. Okay. Okay, it goes on to say here, all right. Look at you, okay? Creature of fire, choose freedom. Look at you riding up on your own white horse. You are a leader. Your vision for personal liberation is clear. Your passion is fired up, and we are full steam ahead. Your enthusiasm and confidence are magnetic. In matters of love, you may not be able to distinguish love from lust, and you may not care. This energy is irresistible. In matters of career, your lust for life is propelling you forward. Get ready for change. The moment is ripe to make a shift happen. All right. And the ancestral message, it says, or medicine says, my beautiful child, sometimes your intense, fiery energy can be all over the place. You are quick to anger. Get grounded. Go to nature and put your feet in the earth, the sand, or the ocean. Touch grass. It's great to be bursting with energy, but calm down and take a moment. You are doing too much. So there needs to be some balance here. Okay. And also, this could be some advice, okay, for whoever it is that embodies, because this embodies the Knight of Wands energy. But anyway, the declaration, it says, I am on fire, I make it happen. So again, if you are in that situation where you feel frustrated or whatever, all right, let me just pause this. Hi, right. Um, Okay, so this the declaration, it says here, it says, I am on fire, I make it happen. Okay. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm going to be selecting a card from this deck. Okay, the Kuan Yin one, because she wanted me to read a message, okay, um from this deck. All right. So if in case this was your story, okay, I'll just read what's on the card. It says care and compassion, choose to be love, do what is right for everyone involved, offer a helping hand. Okay, so it just depends, right? So let's see. Okay, it says choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. Offer a helping hand. Okay, this is from Kuan Yin, who is a divine feminine, a goddess, all right. And let's see what, okay, she goes on to say, she has a strong connection to healing energy, in particularly Reiki, and encourages people to offer care, forgiveness, and compassion to themselves and others. Compassion is about recognizing the spirit in others, it's about seeing that they come from the same source as you do. Extended message. First of all, the Keepers of Light wants to acknowledge all the service and commitment you have offered to others. You are or love. If you are finding it difficult with anyone at the moment, the best way you can move forwards is to go beyond wanting to understand why or how they are the way they are. Just move beyond their behavior, mistakes, and challenges. This card brings a message of friendship and care, helping you see that those around you do have the best intentions, even if it doesn't always seem that way. Move into compassion and develop a greater understanding. This will elevate your spirit and connection to love. All right, so I guess, sometimes we just have to sometimes when people make do things to make us angry, sometimes we may need to like take a bit. I think this is a bit connected to the first one, okay, where it talks about um which is which represents, okay, the night of one's energy, okay, and to be just a bit more forgiving, a bit more compassionate to others, even if it means, or even if someone has or is doing you wrong. Sometimes we just need to be, just show a sense of forgiveness. All right. So, let's see what else. Oh yes, this one here. I was also guided, okay, to select. Yeah, this one here. And if you are like, sort of like experiencing, I don't know, like a lot of projections, what can help you? I think this message is going to help you, okay? Because I saw this card in my mind's eye. This one here, it says alien connection. It says open mind, okay? So you could have some connection, if you're in the spiritual power, you could have some connection with the um Galactic Federation. Um, you could be a star seed, okay? Maybe you are, but you don't know yet. It just depends where you are on your journey, all right? So let's see, because the more you want, I mean, the longer you on the journey, the more will be revealed to you, okay, about who you are, and so forth, your gifts and whatever, whatever. All right. So let me just read on this one, alien. I'm just going to look at this. Open mind, open mind. Let's see it here. Some reason I'm not seeing this. Archangel F. I don't know. It's not okay. I don't know. It wasn't there though. Okay, alien connection. It goes on to say here, right? You are being called to remember that not all past lives, okay, because we all had past lives. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, okay? You are being called to remember that not all past lives are from the earth plane. As a star seed, You'll want to walk away from awkwardness and confrontation towards like minded souls. Your highly sensitive nature seeks to diffuse troublesome or heated situations and bring about peace. You may feel as if you don't belong or fit in with any groups or clubs and feel alien to other people. You might also notice that other people, in particular those who do not know you well, feel uncomfortable around you. But this is also a sign that your path is evolving, and through this, you will naturally shed a few kinships that no longer serve your soul or its journey. Embrace this new chapter and keep an open mind to new possibilities coming your way now, far greater than you ever imagined. Be kind and compassionate to yourself currently. A more peaceful place is on the horizon. Look to the stars and have faith that all is in order. All right, and then it goes on to say here, take action, explore the heavens above, both from a scientific and ancient indigenous perspective, cosmology, Asian aliens, and classic and modern science fiction may all be topics of interest. Keep a journal of any dreams that touch on this connection. All right. Um. Okay. Let me just okay and okay. Let me just do this one as well. Okay, because I also saw this as well. I think they want me to also speak on this father figures scale of support. I hope I can find this one. Okay, father's figure message. This is a card about the level of support you have received in your relationships, particularly the relationship between you and the most influential male energy in your life. If you have drawn this card as a multi-card spread, look at the cards you draw before or after you. Okay, well, obviously they wanted me to select this card. And it says there, are you carrying conscious, unconscious emotional energy in your psyche that you need to release? Forgiveness does not mean you approve of specific actions, but that you are no longer prepared to carry the burden of anger fueled energy. It can also highlight your position as a role model for some situations, carrying the responsibility of others. So retain the lessons, release the past, and heal yourself to help you in all your relationships. Okay, and take action. um Section here, it says communicate your most urgent needs, seek therapeutic assistance if necessary to right wrongs, say sorry. It is never too late to start over, extend an olive branch, or receive one extended to you. Allow people to live their lives, to make their mistakes, but keep the door open. So that's for some. It depends on your situation because not everybody's story is the same. Okay, where you can forgive, well, I mean, this person, and to take them back, you can. If not, then it doesn't mean that you can't, because when you forgive, it doesn't necessarily mean you forget, but then it is also the first step to healing, right? So at the end of the day, you do what's best, but make sure you pay attention to the signs, signals, and synchronicities or red flags, and use your intuition and discernment at all times. And what I would suggest, okay, especially if you have this was your story and you experience these things, make sure that you put yourself first. You love yourself, you continue to love yourself, and you put yourself first in every situation here, especially where there was a situation where there was unrequited love, okay, or unrequited love, sorry. All right, and let's I hope that whatever messages that came out is going to help you heal anything. If that was your story, brought any answers that you needed, any clarity, form of clarity, okay, regarding a certain situation. If that was your story, just take the energy of the messages, what resonates, and leave the rest. Please don't forget to check the description box. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everything that you have done to support my channel in any way. Thanks to all my subscribers as well. Thank you ever so much. Whatever you did is much appreciated. It's not going to go unnoticed. And once again, if you did enjoy this reading, please don't forget to click the like button, subscribe, or share, or just leave a comment. Thank you for watching. See you next time, and goodbye.